Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It's Wednesday. It is the 25th day of May, which sounds so weird. We're almost done with this month, and I know we say that all the time, but holy cow, this month has gone fast.
Every year goes faster and
it
faster
does.
and faster.
Today is National Senior Health and Fitness Day. It is Towel Day today, which is a good thing to have. Otherwise, be wet.
It'll be a lot of wet people.
National Wine Day. I'm going to let Heidi have that soak in for a minute.
Thank you.
National Brown Baguette Day, which comes handy with the wine day. National Missing Children's Day, which is really kind of a sad thing that even happens. And National Tap Dance Day today. All of those things happening. And I do have a guest joining me today. Monday of this week, on Movie Star Monday, we had Rory Culkin on the program. Rory was in a movie called Under the Banner of Heaven. Well, in that same, and I shouldn't say movie, it's a series, and it's based on a true story. In that same series, Tyner Rushing is in there. And Tyner could have very easily been a Movie Star Monday as well. Many, many amazing programs that she's been in. But she's on today because that's out right now. And I want to make sure we get folks out informed so they know all about it. So we're going to be chatting with Tyner Rushing coming up.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. How often do you tell a lie, Heidi?
I never lie, John.
I think you lied right there. Recent study showed 60% of people admit to lying after a single 10-minute conversation. So maybe the better question is, how can you tell when somebody's lying? After a ton of research, Albert Vigieri, professor of applied psychology at the University of Portsmouth, said he knows a simple trick to indicate when somebody is not telling the truth. What you want to do is find a way to increase their cognitive load so that the maintaining a lie becomes more difficult. What does that mean? Simply get the person whose honesty is in question to focus part of their attention on another concept or task while you question them about whatever you think they might be lying about. Turns out that mental distraction can trip us up, even the most earnest liars out there. It says, the professor says, truth and lies can sound equally plausible as long as a liar is given a good opportunity to think about what they're saying. But if they're doing one thing and then while they're doing that, you ask them the question again, they're going to trip up is what they're saying. So
okay.
I'm going to be thinking of how I can ask Heidi some questions. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know researchers have linked spending more time playing video games with a boost in intelligence in children? It should go a long way in contradicting the narrative that gaming is bad for your brain. In a study of about 5,000 kids between the ages of 9 and 10, researchers in Sweden and Amsterdam found that kids who spend more time than normal playing video games saw an increase of 2.5 IQ points. That's pretty good. Watching TV and using social media did not seem to have a positive or negative effect on intelligence. Now, here's the thing I would say.
What about their health, though, from sitting still for that many hours?
I would say a lot of it depends on what game you're playing. And then when they talk about using TV and social media, what TV show are you watching?
For sure.
Like, I watch documentaries and I learn a lot of stuff. And then later I'm talking to people about it. And my wife is like, yeah, he's really boring to live with. All he ever talks about are dumb things like this. So I'm just saying, that would maybe be a better way for them to do it. We don't know everything. Well, I try to. But now we know this. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Netflix is ready to roast Tom Brady, the iconic NFL quarterback, set to be the first subject of a new series of Netflix comedy specials called The Greatest Roasts of All Time, or the GROAT instead of the GOAT, because in sports they call them GOAT, greatest of all time.
I can't even believe they're still allowed to do roasts with all of the PC stuff. How are you supposed to properly roast somebody?
Roast will be filmed next year, following his next season in the NFL. Netflix comedy crew said that they said we can't wait to burn 3-time Super Bowl losing quarterback Tom Brady, who went on back to the NFL in order to delay this roast. So they're already starting. Gordon Ramsay has been awarded $4.5 million in damages in the lawsuit that he's in with his former business partner. And Chris Rock is most likely going to be hosting the Oscars next year. So they're saying that after what happened this year...
I will say he handled it like
he really
true
did.
Gentleman.
And most people have no idea who won anything. All they know is that. So I guarantee you that's probably not a bad thing for them. All right. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Usually we'll have a couple of stories here, but today I have one thing because I didn't know where else to put this, and it was sent to me like a week and a half ago, and I think it's very timely. Tips on stretching your food budget as groceries and other things are getting more and more expensive. So it says, 1, store your produce properly. I guess a lot of people are storing things the wrong way, and then it doesn't even get eaten because they get bad before you eat them. They're saying if there's something that you're not going to eat right away, stick it in the freezer. They say ripe fruits like avocados can be extended by a few days if you keep those in the refrigerator. So a lot of people leave those on the counter, but they're going, if you put them in the refrigerator, they're a few days longer. And if you freeze stuff, it's even longer than that. Weigh the costs and benefits. They say some items might be cheaper at a store on a different side of town, but if you factor in driving all the way there to get it.
Right, especially with gas prices.
Yeah, or if you have to buy a whole bunch of stuff in bulk and you're never going to eat it all. So they're going, just make sure you don't buy it it was cheaper per ounce. Yeah, but it's 900 ounces. They say be flexible with recipes. There's some things where you're going, okay, I don't need this in there. Yeah, it would be nice if we could put it, but we don't need it. I can use this because I already have that.
Right.
And another one says team up. Some people belong to like chat groups with family and friends focused on spotting and sharing good deals. One of the things they're talking about is if you have something like that and you do buy something in bulk, you can say, hey, I just got 97 pounds of whatever. You want
to buy some of
anybody
it? Anybody wants some? It up. Yeah.
And it could either be buy it or trading with people. If you're going, hey, I need some of this, and if you need some of that.
Yep.
So they're just saying team up and everybody's budget goes a little bit further. So if you missed any of the things I'm talking about, again, it's called Tips on Stretching Your Budget. That is my scoop of the day for today. You can find all of that and much more than I had time to read in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Our guest today, Tyner Rushing, has been in a bunch of great movies and TV programs, and there's a new project out. We just talked with Rory Culkins about the same project on Monday. It's called Under the Banner of Heaven. Tyner, tell me a little bit about the role you're playing and give us kind of a snapshot of what this true story is all about.
Well, this is a show. It's a true story. Based on a double homicide that happened in the Mormon community out in Utah in the 80s. A woman and her baby daughter were unfortunately murdered in the name of God and by these fundamentalist brothers, who took a deep dive into extremism. I don't want to give anything away there, but I think I did just give something away. Maybe we should.
No, it's the thing is, it's based on a true story, and there are probably some folks that even remember this happening. So that's not a big deal that you talk about it. But again, you'll get to see all the details and all the things that happen. And it's a fascinating story, and it's sad that it's a true story, but it is based on a true story.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, a lot of people have probably read the book of the same name, Under the Banner of Heaven, by John Krakauer. And yeah, it's an exploration of religious extremism and what it can do to a person. And, there's a lot of history about the Mormon Church built in the book and in the show. And that's where I come in. I play Emma Smith. She founded Mormonism with Joseph Smith back in the 1820s and 30s and was a huge part of the beginnings of the church. And, I knew it was such a gift to get to represent her on screen because I kind of feel like her story hasn't been told fully. There's a certain version of it out there, and we get to really see just what a strong woman, full of integrity that she was, and she was, pretty much the moral backbone, in my opinion, of the church during that time.
So, Tyner, what was it like playing a real person who actually existed? Was that kind of weird?
It's like, yeah, it feels like a huge responsibility, right? Because you want to do her story justice and get it right, and you kind of hope that, like, well, if she's still around somewhere, is she going to be proud? Is she going to be happy with us? So, there's a tremendous responsibility to do as much research, right? And I was just consuming as many books and articles and things that I could. There's a great book called Mormon Enigma that's just a historical account of her life, like all the facts we have, all the records and letters and things like that we know that actually happened back then. And that was a huge source material for me because there's something about, just reading the facts and then coming to your own conclusion and not having any like opinions or agendas pushed on you, right? And kind of hits different. I would recommend anybody who wants to know more about her to read that book.
Absolutely. Now, the TV program on FX, Under the Banner of Heaven. But in addition to that, I'm looking at this list. You have been a busy young lady. Stranger Things, Ruthless, The Resident, The Next Level. So Stranger Things, that's something that has just knocked it out of the park, was huge, and it's coming back for another season. And you're in this. Is this the final season?
Ooh, I don't think so. I think that they may have made an announcement that they're going to do one more, but that's something to fact check. Yeah, that was a funny project because I was filming that a couple weeks before everything shut down with the pandemic. So that was one that really dragged on, like production. I think they were on and off in production for a couple of years for season 4. So I'm excited about that one. What a great show to get to play a part in, and it's iconic. I feel like it was one of those first shows of the Netflix, the streaming culture, right? To just hit hard and develop a huge fan base. And
that show, Stranger Things, was such a popular program that I know people who actually subscribed to Netflix because of that show. Their friends were all talking about it, and now they're hooked on the show as well. Yeah, it absolutely changed our culture, I think. Well, I thank you very much for your time today, chatting about Stranger Things, but also Under the Banner of Heaven and a lot of other fun projects. Thanks for your time. Hey, thank you. Again, our guest today has been Tyner Rushing, and we were talking about a lot of fun stuff, but Under the Banner of Heaven, that's the one that we were chatting about officially, I guess, today. Available now on Hulu. It's a new program that recently came out. I'll throw a link to all of the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The first Frisbees were pie tins from a place called Frisbee Pie Company of Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Really?
I knew that. You know why?
Why?
It was on Back to the Future 3.
Ah.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
An Alabama man was once sentenced to 10,000 years in prison.
Holy cow, what did he do?
It doesn't say. I probably don't want to know. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The average person spends 2 weeks of his or her life kissing. We are way behind. We got some catching up to do. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Depending on who is sniffing, a man's sweat could smell like urine or flowers or vanilla or just plain old sweat.
Gross.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Fun fact for you,
What's
Heidi.
that, John?
That was disgusting. The computer mouse was originally called the computer turtle. That's what they were going to call it, the turtle, because it looks like a little turtle shell.
Well, it looks more like a turtle than a mouse. I suppose because
the
of
little
the
tail.
string.
Yeah, that's why they call it the mouse. And now they don't have that. A lot of them are wireless. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Humans cannot sneeze while they're sleeping. So if you ever hear somebody sneeze, that means they're pretending to sleep. They're not really sleeping. So there you go. Now we know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! Comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com. Heidi, here's your question.
Alrighty.
In a survey, 18% of people admitted to stealing this from work. What is it that people are stealing from work?
From work.
18% of people admitted to stealing this from work.
Toilet paper.
No, you were close though. Paper. It's printer paper.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you the one stealing the toilet paper from here? Heidi just outed herself. That is the Mint Mobile question of the day. Comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. Some people are a little blown away by what you can get at Burger King in Germany. They've dropped a new range of burgers, and many of the menu items are kind of gross. Customers can choose from a fried egg and a banana and a currywurst sausage on a burger bun.
Ew.
With a marinated herring, vanilla ice cream with eggs and olives on a burger bun,
Ew.
or the piece de resistance, a burger with layers of pancakes, fresh raspberries, ice cream, regular cream, and the burger. Okay. It says the new menu items caught fire on social media, with commenters saying things like, "It looks like you asked a 6-year-old to combine all of their favorite foods."
Right.
Another said, "I might be pregnant because this actually doesn't sound too disgusting to me."
Ew.
And that's the comment that might hit closest home, because the new special menu is aimed at the expectant mothers in Germany. So
Really? So those are cravings that they have?
apparently all of that sounds very weird. I've got a link if you want to read it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. 10 ways to make your binge watch as comfortable as possible. So we'll start at the bottom of the list here at number 10.
Are people uncomfortable?
Apparently, I don't know. Respect the air. I don't know what that means. 2, switch positions. 3, number 8, I guess. Text people about what you're watching. What? 7, open a window. 6, if you're watching a show featuring heavy subject matter, take some breaks. 5, consider your spinal column. What are people doing?
Exactly.
4, consider the 2-blanket approach. Number 3, get up every hour and stretch. Number 2, keep no less than 3 beverages in front of you at all times. And the number 1 thing to make your binge watching as comfortable as possible, according to this ridiculous list. Assemble your snacks before the binge watching begins.
Yeah, because then you don't have to get up.
This is from Mashable. It was sent to me. I've got a link to it if you want to waste your time. I mean, if you want to read the thing. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. And our quote today is from a movie, Steel Magnolias. I haven't seen that in
I
like 20 years.
This movie.
Long time ago it came out. It's a good movie. And it's Auser Bordeaux. Am I saying that right? I don't know if I'm saying the name right. But anyway, from Steel Magnolias. Here's the quote. Maybe you'll remember. I'm not crazy. I've just been in a very bad mood for 40
yes.
years.
I love that line.
I think Heidi's kind of, we've been married 22 years. Every time she's like, I'm not crazy. I've just been married to him for 22 years. Yeah, there are some.
Wasn't it Weezer?
I don't know. It says on here, Auser Bordeaux. Huh. So it could have been Weezer. Yeah, that's probably how you say it. Weezer. Ouiser. I bet it is Weezer. Yeah. So. There you go. It's your quote of the day. Comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Here's a headline. Coast Guard rescues a dog that fell overboard. Isn't this amazing? U.S. Coast Guard rescued a dog that was lost overboard off the coast of North Carolina last weekend. U.S. Coast Guard says that one of their crew received a call about a dog, Mila, that had gone overboard. The largest lagoon on the East Coast is where this happened, by the way, extending 80 miles along. It's 80 miles long, 15 to 20 miles wide. Shortly after they got the call, lookouts spotted movement on the calm water. Upon closer inspection, they saw this movement was a dog swimming towards the boat. The crew made their way towards the dog, and they hauled Maya on board. Exhausted pup was given VIP treatment by the crew and eventually reunited with her owners. I've got a link, by the way, with video. It's a 20-second video of this dog just exhausted looking.
Aww.
And does it say how long? I'm looking to see if it says in the story how long the dog was in there. It does not. Wouldn't you think if you were going to write a story like this, wouldn't you think you'd put the amount of time
maybe nobody
the dog...
knows.
Well, they know when the dog went overboard because they called and said, hey, our dog went overboard.
Oh, yeah,
and they know when they found the dog. You'd think, I don't know, if you were a journalist or something, that you'd put that in there. So
that's really sad. Poor little thing. I'm glad that they saved it.
Yes. I'm not trying to sound like I don't appreciate the rest of the story. It just would have been kind of nice to know that. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Oh, by the way, if you want to read that story and see that video, you can find it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.